Hey, what is up guys? It is Phantom here and welcome back to a brand new video. Guys, so in this video, I'm going to be ranking all the member benefits in Wizard101 from worst to best, guys. So, obviously there's a lot of member benefits that you can get when you purchase a membership. They run these little member benefits, if you didn't know. They run them like, I would say a couple times a month probably, and there's a bunch of different member benefits. There's so many different ones. I believe there's like 9 in total, like 9 different member benefits, all for like different activities, like spanning throughout the course of the game. So anyways, some are definitely better than others, and some are a lot more useful than others, and some you can definitely profit off more than others. Yeah, and just some are utter dog shit. So I'm gonna be ranking them from worst to best, just in my opinion. I mean, obviously it is my opinion, but I feel like some of these are gonna be pretty obvious. I mean, let's be honest, I feel like a lot of people are going to share some common thoughts on these, unless you're into some really weird stuff in this game, guys. So without further ado, let's get into number 9, I believe, or number 10. I think there's like 10 member benefits, or maybe there's 9. I don't know. Let's get into the first one. Okay, so there's actually 9 member benefits. Honestly, that's more than I thought. I thought there was only like a couple in the game, but there's definitely more than I thought, guys. But anyways, coming in at the number 9 spot, guys, is going to be double Monstrology XP and double Animus, guys. And yeah, for all those like Monstrology lovers out there, you might hate me for putting this at number 9, but frankly, I have never used this member benefit ever since it came out. I have never used it in the course of me playing this game since its release. I think Monstrology in and of itself is a really useless thing. I made like a whole video about it like a year ago. Please don't watch it. It's an awful video, but seriously, I'm not the biggest fan of Monstrology. I don't do it. I don't have any of the badges. I've never learned any of the special spells. Some people might argue with me that, oh, you can like, once you like collect their Animus and stuff, once you collect enough Animus from a certain boss, you can summon like an overpowered minion or something like that, and you could have like a whole arsenal of people. That just doesn't seem very practical to me. Even if you did have double Animus, it feels like it just wouldn't be very efficient to even spend all day collecting Animus when you could get more important stuff done just questing in general. Like, sure, the minions might help you, but really I feel like you're wasting more time in the long run. So I just don't think it's very useful. I mean, double Monstrology XP for leveling up, it's not for me, guys. I never ever used it in the entire game. I just think it's bad. I think it's a bad member benefit. Let me know down below if you actually do use this member benefit, or maybe you like it or something like that, because I'm putting it at number 9. It's definitely the worst in my opinion. I do not use Animus for anything. I know you can create house guests, I believe, too, with Monstrology. I mean, I don't know, I'm not the expert, but I believe minions and house guests are like the most like prevalent things in Monstrology. Maybe those are the only things you can do. I'm not really sure. You also like log them in a like a little book or something like that in like a Monstrology section of your backpack. I don't know, guys. This isn't a video explaining Monstrology to you guys. I'm putting Monstrology, double Monstrology at number 9. It deserves the spot. It's awful. It's horrible. I hate Monstrology, guys. Let's get into the next benefit. So the next benefit coming in at number 8, guys, is going to be double points on your Scroll of Fortune, guys. So this member benefit, I could see how this could be useful for some people if you are going for the Scroll of Fortune and you're trying to get like a specific reward for it, because there's a few decent things in here. I mean, like, I know a lot of people, including me, go for like these special jewels that they have every once in a while. This one's not my cup of tea, and I didn't go for it. I just realized I got those extra points from the Monstrology glitch, or not the Monstrology glitch, the Scroll of Fortune, like, error that they made. Yeah, I don't know. Someone made a video about that, but if you're not going for a specific reward, then I just don't see how this is useful at all. I mean, if you buy the Scroll of Fortune, I think this member benefit is a lot more worth it, because obviously you profit from a lot more like special rewards and stuff. Like, there are a few decent things in here, like this 3-hour elixir for double gardening. You get like some cool cosmetics and everything like that. So it really depends on your opinion of the Scroll of Fortune in general. I'm like, most of the time, unless I'm going for something specific, I'm not too big on the Scroll of Fortune. I just don't think it's very worth it to go for, honestly, and that's why this member benefit is not that good. It only gives you double points, which, yes, can be good in some situations for a specific thing, but it's not my cup of tea. And I only completed the Winter Scroll of Fortune just because it had the Mortal Toil Onyx if you bought the Scroll of Fortune. So I bought it then, and I'm like, okay, well, I might as well complete it. So I guess that member benefit would have been helpful for me then, but I feel like it's really situational if you want a specific reward, so I don't like it personally, and that's why it's going to be at number 8. Coming in at number 7, we have improved rewards on the daily assignments and the PvP daily assignments. I know these things kind of count as separate, like, little events slash member benefits because they happen at, like, different times, because I'm pretty sure they don't run 2 of them at a time. I'm pretty sure they actually do run these ones separately. But I'm going to loop them together because it literally does the same reward, except one's for PvP and one's for PvE. That's literally the only difference between these guys. But I don't think they're very useful. I just don't think this one's very good. This daily assignment bonus, basically it gives you a bonus chest roll, I believe, once you get to the like whole chest section. Oh, and it also gives you, like, you know, if you're like, let's say you complete an assignment, it gives you 100 gold. Obviously, you know, you get 200 gold. If it gives you like 15 arena tickets, you get 30. Overall, I think the rewards from daily assignments, the reason why this member benefit is so bad is because I just don't think the member benefits, or I don't think the daily assignment rewards are very good. Obviously, if you had like, I don't know, like 10 accounts or something doing the daily assignments like every single day, you could probably stack up some pretty decent rewards, maybe like a few crowns and stuff like that. So I could see why some really hardcore players might go for that, because I don't know, I guess it is worth it if you really do put time into it. But for someone who kind of plays a little bit more casually and doesn't put as much time into it and isn't like going to that extreme to get like certain rewards from the daily assignments chest, you know, and let's say you want like a certain thing from the daily assignments chest, like I know you can get spellproof opals from the chest, I believe. So if you are doing these daily assignment quests, it can be nice, I guess. Like it can be nice to have like a little bit of a bonus if you are someone who does it daily. But for someone who doesn't and maybe just does it like a few times a month or something, just kind of does it for fun, I just don't think it's very worth it, and I just don't think there are enough rewards to really compensate for the time that you put into it. But that's just my opinion, guys. Anyways, let's move on to the next benefit. So the next one on the list is gonna be the second chance chest reroll. God, I can't speak, but second chance chest reroll. That's kind of a mouthful, actually. But this one is okay, honestly. Like, we're getting into some member benefits now, because, you know, obviously this is a worst to best ranking. That's kind of how I just format all my ranking videos, but we're getting into some territory that's, you know, like, these member benefits, they're alright. And, you know, the second chance chest thing, it's nice, right? It's nice, but then when you apply just some certain probability logic to it, it just becomes not that good. So, you know, let's say I'm like farming Darkmoor and I get no loot from it, which tends to happen a lot, but we won't get into that right now. Go watch my Darkmoor rant video. But let's say I do Darkmoor and I'm going for the robe or something, and I don't get the robe from the battle. I get nothing. I get just, you know, totally gypped from all loot. And then I have this, you know, free second chance reroll, so I get to open Malistair's chest, and let's say I do get the robe, you know? Then, obviously, you can argue that this member benefit does do some good in the game. And you know what? It probably does. I'm sure some people out there have gotten good stuff from their free little second chance chest reroll. The problem is, the probability of you actually getting something good is pretty low. I mean, let's be honest, KingsIsle hasn't released their drop rates for specific things, but I'm guessing they are a bit on the lower side, so the majority of people are going to get cucked on their drops. That's just the reality of it. If we're just looking at this from a logical perspective, it's just not a very good member benefit overall. So, people will get cucked on drops. The thing is, it also gives you, I'm pretty sure, I might be getting this wrong, but I'm pretty sure it only gives you 1 second chance chest reroll per dungeon per day. So if I get Darkmoor, then I can claim or if I do Darkmoor, I can claim my second chance chest reroll, and then I can't claim it again till the next day. Let's say if the member benefit spans a few days, I can only use it a few times during those days for one specific dungeon. But, you know, I'm pretty sure it doesn't reset after each run. I don't think that's how it works. If so, that would definitely make it a lot better of a member benefit, but I'm pretty sure it's only a once a day thing. So I just don't think it's that useful, because the probability of you know, getting something that you actually want, it's really low. It's pretty low, and like I said, it has probably done some good for some people, and it's an okay member benefit. Like, whenever I see it on the loading screen, I'm like, okay, you know, that's neat and everything, but definitely not one of the best. There's definitely a lot better member benefits out there. So coming up next on the list is going to be the free training point buyback that you get from Mr. Lincoln for members. So, why did I say for members? Obviously, all these benefits are for members, guys. Don't be an idiot like me. So the next thing on the list is going to be the free training point buyback, and the only reason I'd actually put this above the second chance reroll is because the second chance reroll is not very reliable. This one is just a surefire way that, you know, you get to reset all your training points and you get to train it into whatever spell you want. And honestly, that's pretty good. It's a pretty good member benefit. The only reason why it's kind of ranks mid-tier is because it's really situational. So obviously, if you are a wizard who's trained a lot of unwanted spells, or maybe you train into a secondary school and you want to fix your mistakes, this will be really useful for you. This will be a good member benefit for you to, you know, regain, or like, I don't know, get rid of some of like the spells that you just didn't want to train, and then get the ones you do want to train. You know, I think that's a really good thing. Especially for new players, I bet this one's very, very useful. Or just even people who've made little mistakes in the past. this is a great way to reset your little, skill tree and train in all the spells once again. I think it's good. I just think it's very situational because obviously this member benefit would be useful for would be useless for my fire wizard, my main here, who has every single spell that he could ever want already trained from, past time that I, took to train the spells. So obviously useful for some people, just not useful for others. I mean, that's with a lot of these member benefits, but I feel like a lot of people probably do have all the spells that they've, ever wanted to train on their wizards already. So whenever this member benefit comes around, I feel like, I don't know, it'd just be useful. It'd be very, very useless for a majority of the Wiz population, but you know what? It ranks mid tier because it is useful for a lot of people, I do think. So anyways, guys, let's move on to the next member benefit. So coming in at number 4 here, we have Zero Energy Fishing. Now this one's really interesting because I feel like it is only useful in some situations. I mean, if you're like an avid fisher, I feel like would be like your dream member benefit because you could literally fish to your heart's content. And obviously, there are some good things that you can get from fishing. I know in like certain houses and certain like fishing retreats, you can get like, I think, perm mounts from fishing, as well as like just a lot of like rare items overall. In the Elephant Graveyard, you can get code wands from fishing, which obviously are not available anymore, and that's really the only place that you can actually get them now. So Zero Energy Fishing would be really, really beneficial to you because of that. So whenever this member benefit comes around, I feel like it's just a really, really good way to farm up like a ton of rewards for your wizard because, obviously it doesn't cost that much. You could literally just do it to your heart's content until you get like whatever you want. So I think it's a really good member benefit. Honestly, they did pretty good with this one, even though I'm not the biggest fan of fishing, and I feel like a lot of people aren't the biggest fans of fishing. A lot of people probably aren't avid fishers, but there is definitely some out there who do go for rewards in fishing, so this is definitely a dream for them. And honestly, I do recommend getting into fishing because there is a few good items that you can get from fishing. I mean, I'm not like a fish collector or anything, but there definitely are some decent items that you can get. Like I said, perm mounts, limited edition items that just really aren't available anymore. I don't know, you can get some pretty good stuff from fishing. Obviously rare reagents as well, such as like shining scales and everything. You can literally just fish and get pretty much unlimited rewards, for the time that this member benefit is active. You just don't need energy elixirs. It literally just costs nothing. This member benefit, as long as you put in the work, it's literally just free rewards, and I like that. I think that's a really good incentive for players to actually do fishing, honestly. It's just really useful, guys. I just don't know what else to say. Let's move on to the next benefit. So this next benefit's actually really, really useful, honestly, and I feel like a lot of people actually sleep on it because of honestly how useful it is. I feel like a lot of people do forget about it, but this next one honestly might shock some people. I'm not sure, but I think honestly the majority probably will agree with me. It's double reagents, guys. It's double reagents and unlimited crafting, although I don't think unlimited crafting's that good. It's really mainly the double reagents part of this entire member benefit that's really, really good. So double reagents, what makes it so good is it's not only like double reagents that you get from, picking up off the ground and everything, from like, walking around the landscape and everything. These are also reagents that you get from battles, that you get from gardening, basically reagents that you get from anywhere except for buying from the bazaar, because that would just be an exploit. I mean, let's be honest, but literally reagents, they kind of drive this game in a sense. Like it kind of offers an alternative from your basic farming, for gear. Like obviously a lot of people are into crafting, and this is really just a really good member benefit for them. I personally love when this member benefit comes around because I actually managed to get pretty much all the Dragoon gear on my fire. I do have, I got some Dragoon gear on my fire. So I crafted pretty much the full set of that. And the only reason I was able to do that was because, and I actually did it in a couple days. I only grinded for a few days with double reagents on, and I managed to get pretty much all the Dragoon gear that I personally wanted. And obviously Dragoon gear, it's really, really good. It's pretty hard gear to get, and this member benefit makes the struggle so much easier. It makes it just so much less of a struggle, I should say. And obviously if you want just that certain reagent, like let's say, I don't know, you need like a lot of sunstone for your next craft, getting that sunstone from whether it be your plants or like collecting sandstone from collecting sandstone from Stone Town, I think that's what it is, in Zafaria. That's a good place to get it. Obviously there's a ton of places that you can get these reagents, and really it just doubles it. It just doubles your reagents. Like, who doesn't like that? I mean, let's say, I don't know, maybe you're crafting the revered weapon and you need a ton of aether ore for that. You just go over to Imperia and your reagents, I don't know, you'll just get there much faster. And honestly, crafting can be tedious sometimes, and this member benefit just makes it a lot better, a lot less tedious. So that's why I put it at number 3, guys. Anyways, let's get into the top 2. I think everyone knows who they who these member benefits are, I mean they're really good. Let's be honest here. Anyways, let's move on to number 2. All right, coming in at number 2, guys. I'm pretty sure a lot of you expected this, or at least one of these two. We got double pet XP, guys, and double rewards, blah blah blah, from like snacks and everything. Guys, this benefit is awesome. Whenever this benefit comes around, I'm sure tons and tons of players go and train, you know, all the pets that they have, because let's be honest, pet training is hard, and they made it even harder with the additions to the kiosk and the changes that they made to the pricing and everything. But this, honestly, when you combine double pet XP with like something like pet mastery, where you can skip games and everything, pet training becomes, at least like the training aspect of it, becomes a heck of a lot easier. You just save so much time. Honestly, double pet XP, you save snacks, you save energy, you just save a lot of time and resources, and that's really why I like this member benefit. That's pretty much all it does, is it doubles your XP that you get from snacks and blah blah blah, the stuff that you get, the stats and everything, like, you know, it all transfers over and everything. This member benefit, it's just really good, and I can pretty much say that every time this benefit rolls around, I am training pets pretty constantly, pretty consistently, and I'm sure many are as well. This literally, pets are just such a universal thing in this game. You know, everyone needs a good pet. Everyone's like striving for that good pet, or at least they're trying, you know, and this just makes everyone's job so much easier. You know, it's pretty fair. I mean, at least if you have membership, which, I mean, I don't know, it could be controversial for some people, but for everyone, it gives just a nice little boost to your pet training, because, you know, pet training, it's just not easy. It's really not easy, and this just makes it so much easier. It's super nice to have, guys. That's why it makes it at the number 2 spot. It just saves so much time. I love it. Oh, I love double pet XP whenever it rolls around, guys. Anyways, let's get into the final member benefit, the best member benefit ever. And the best member benefit ever goes to, drumroll please, double gardening, guys. So, listen, I get that some people, you know, might argue in the comments, oh, well, you know, double gardening isn't as useful anymore because you don't get double seeds from it. And I'll be honest, that is true. It is definitely not as overpowered as it once was. For, you know, players with literally nothing could get to like a full, you know, plot of plants in like no time, really. Honestly, the member benefit when it had double seeds was so good. But honestly, it's still really good, okay? You still get, even though you don't get double seeds, you know, obviously for the people that already have huge like stacks of plants, I mean, like, I have like definitely a couple, but I've seen some people with some really insane gardens. But, you know, obviously for people with those already existing plants, this member benefit is still pretty much a godsend, because, you know, they don't actually really need the seeds. And yes, I am only speaking on their behalf, just wait, guys, but on their behalf, it's really good for them. They get, you know, let's say double mega snacks, which is honestly similar to double pet XP, because double pet XP essentially saves you snacks, but if you get double snacks, it's kind of the same thing. It pretty much has like the same effect on your pets. So you get double snacks, you get double reagents, you get double TC, especially. That's also, you know, a really hot commodity from a lot of plants, such as like sunions and stuff like that. Gardening is just so versatile, and it can give so many different things, honestly. And when you just double all that, it's really a combination of like double snacks, double reagents, just double everything. Honestly, it's so awesome. It's such an awesome benefit. Yes, I understand that this member benefit, for, you know, a lot of people who don't like have big gardens and everything, it's not as good, obviously, because you can't work up that garden. You can't get the double seeds and everything. I mean, you have to understand though that KI probably was losing quite a bit of money for people who were just doubling their seeds instead of buying it from the, where is it, the gardening tab, you know, in the old, you know, evil magma pea section, couch potatoes, blah blah, sunions, you know, you get the point. There's actually a sale going on right now, huh? That's interesting. Honestly, pick up plants right now if you don't, if you honestly want some. But I understand that this member benefit, it's a little bit controversial because it got so heavily nerfed in the past, but I still think it goes as at the number 1 spot, because it just has so many, you know, really good rewards that just go hand in hand. I have my jewel plants over here. I get double jewels from double gardening as well as, you know, a few other random items that you also get from gardening, like housing items, I guess, but those really aren't as important. But for me, double gardening, it's really just a combination of a ton of rewards. Anyways, guys, that's really why I like double gardening so much. I don't know, it's just a combination of just a ton of good rewards, at least, you know, for people with big gardening, which blah blah blah, privilege, wizards, I get it, I get it. But anyways, that's really gonna be it for this video, guys. Hopefully, I don't know, this video helped you in a way. Let me know your opinions in the comments down below, and honestly, I just hope you guys enjoyed. I feel like a lot of people might have different, you know, opinions on the different member benefits depending on what activities they actually participate in the game. So I'd really like to hear your thoughts down below, guys. Hopefully you guys did enjoy this video. You could like if you did, or you could subscribe for more content like this in the future, guys. If you like Wiz, you know, you should probably just subscribe. That's kind of the logical thing to do, guys. But anyways, I hope you guys did enjoy this video. Enjoy the rest of your day, guys. Take care. I can't talk. Peace out, guys. I'll see you later.